Alright, so the last act came out a few days ago, and I watched it in theaters as early as I could, and while I have some opinions. I've been watching this series since the pilot, so naturally I had a bit high of expectations, but they're never really too high. I've never been this invested into a show before, so I was really excited to see it end, but I was also kind of scared. Seeing it in theaters wasn't as cool as I thought it would be. It just didn't really feel special, honestly. The aspect ratio was the same, so it didn't even fit the screen, which was fine, but the audio quality just seemed a bit off. It might just be in my theater, but for some reason it just seemed like it didn't have enough bass. I will admit, I did cry, and if you did see the ending, you could probably see why, especially towards the end. The music really got my emotions going, because it felt like I was going back to 2023 and reliving that moment just at the end of the series, not the beginning. The main thing, I think the ending was weak for a lot of reasons. I didn't like how a majority of the episode was spent revolving around Jax. It just kind of felt like things like the CNA stuff was thrown out the window just so I could sympathize with the character that, if I'm being honest, I couldn't care less about. It was weird how we kind of just abstracted and then it became the whole episode. And as soon as I saw what he did to Ribbit and Kaufmo and even started doing it to Pomni, I genuinely got angry and I could only see him solely as an asshole. I think learning his backstory was nice, but if I'm going to be honest, it's a character I didn't think deserves sympathy. Also, why did Kane just randomly come back? He just kind of popped up, said sorry. Zubul was like, hey, it's gonna take a while to, forgive you because you tortured us, and did all that shit, and technically led to all the abstractions. And then 15 seconds later, they were fine. The sequence when he was getting out was pretty cool, but why were they so happy seeing themselves in the real world, living their best life? Okay, so I definitely have positive thoughts about it. The animation quality was amazing, and the music was also amazing. I just personally think Goose might have needed another writer or something like that to help with the story, as it didn't feel too satisfying. I kind of left feeling like I barely even watched the finale. But I'm not gonna drag it too much. I think the finale was weak, but it didn't destroy the show for me. Yes, I am mad things like the entire storyline with CNA, which is kind of just thrown away for a little purple rabbit, and that we didn't even get a private conversation with King and Jax, which I was really hoping for, because I think that would be one of the strongest scenes in the entire show, but they never really seemed to interact. I did really enjoy seeing it evolve over the years, and while the finale wasn't quite what I wanted, it definitely made me emotional seeing it end. That's all I really have to say. I really am going to miss this series.